Hello again, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
We're back at the excessively ominous Castle Volkihar, where the gargoyle statues are definitely not about to come to life.
Or are they?
Not unless you come back here as Dawnguard.
But aren't you already in Dawnguard?
I am, which is a good point. Because I am being forced by this stupid quest to hand-deliver to the vampires the very thing I was told to prevent them from getting. There's no question raised about this, there's no motive for it, there's no explanation of any kind. It's just the quest stupidly railroading you to out-of-character nonsense.
Now that looks like a human up there.
It is a human up there. Yes, a human who has no background and makes no sense, but never mind that. So, if you choose the nicest dialogue options with Serana all through the Dawnguard questline, then at the very end you can have her be cured of vampirism. If you say even one not perfectly nice thing during any point, she will refuse forever. Hjalti, of course, doesn't know about that, but he does know about the importance of cozying up to potentially useful people, even if he doesn't like them.
But after we get in there, I'm going to go my own way for a while.
So yeah, now I apparently let her go her own way and do whatever she wants with these vampires. That's in character for a vampire hunter. You don't know about those friends. I've never mentioned them. That's bad writing.
Let me take the lead.
Well, mindlessly following the lead of a vampire in a vampire's lair sounds potentially lethal. Let's do it.
Now, is that human saying Lady Serana is back?
Indeed.
How does he know it's her?
It's a good question. There's no explanation. I'm going to take the guess that maybe there's a portrait of her somewhere in the castle.
But she's wearing a hood.
I'm no fan
Everybody in
of the
Skyrim wears hoods.
better than this.
Maybe she's wearing a hood in the portrait?
Maybe. So now, because this game is all about interactivity and role-playing and an immersive world, we're going to be forced to sit here and not react and just do whatever the force us to in this railroad cinematic. I can't use my hands, I can't shout, I can't fight these vampires, I'm going to simply sit there and listen.
I cannot believe my eyes.
That's why we play Skyrim. With cinematics and clunky dialogue.
My lord, everyone! Serana has returned.
I guess I'm expected.
I can't believe it.
I mean, he sounds surprised. I'm not sure why she gets that she's expected from that.
My long-lost daughter returns at last. I trust you have my Elder Scroll.
After all these years, that's the first thing you
And she acts like that's a sensible reason to dislike him. Not, because he's a mass murderer and subjects human slaves to a fate worse than death as vampire juice boxes for the rest of their lives. But no, he didn't immediately welcome her back. He asked about the Elder Scroll first, so. And we're supposed to think that this self-centered idiot is a sympathetic character. But no. She's somewhere between complicit and an active accomplice in all his horrible crimes. And shows no remorse. So, Hjalti's forced to just kind of walk into the middle of this nest of vampires, past their death hounds, past everything.
This is my savior, the one who freed me.
Well, I suppose that friendly introduction might keep me alive. I'll have to trust to that.
Serana's sake that I have let you.
Well, that line gives me every reason to just walk up to you and your crowd of henchmen undefended. So I have to walk up and let myself be surrounded by vampires. Great roleplaying.
My gratitude. Tell me, what is your name?
That's a terrible idea, so I'm not going to do
Very
that.
well. I am Harkon, lord of this court. By now my daughter will have told you what we...
Actually, no, she has no possible way to tell you anything about them. It's really obvious what they are, but they are also actually a reclusive cannibal cult because there's human flesh all over the table there, so
Not quite.
I'll go with the
Though I
sarcastic
can
response.
See how an outsider might arrive at that conclusion.
Yeah,
No.
because it's true.
We are
What happened to
vampires,
pretending to like
among
somebody
the
you hate?
oldest and most powerful in
Well,
Skyrim.
Hjalti thinks he can make a better impression by being a little bit witty than by just saying the very, very obvious. He does a really large amount of gesticulating, and it stands out because nobody else in Skyrim does, and also because it doesn't really sync up to his dialogue very well. Not sure why they chose to do that. Well, this sounds likely to result in them just attacking me, and saying that's what happens next, so I think I'll just go with demanding
I was
reward.
about to suggest that very thing. Yes, you must certainly deserve a reward.
That sounds ominous when you say
There is
it.
but one gift I can give that is equal in value to the Elder Scroll and my daughter. I offer you my blood. Take it and you will walk as a lion among sheep. Men will tremble at your approach. and
You're
you will never
right.
fear
If I
death
killed the lord of the
again.
Volkihar clan and took his blood back to civilization, people probably would be terrified of me. Good idea. This is... I cannot fully explain just how stupid it is, and this is your only dialogue option here. A person who wants to be a vampire would never say this. It doesn't make sense. A person who doesn't want to be a vampire would never say this because it would get them killed by all these vampires around them. Why would you antagonize them?
You will be prey. like all mortals.
They just railroad into one
Spare your
idiotic
life
conversation
is
response
what
after another
will be
throughout this
banished
entire
from
story.
hall. Perhaps you still need convincing. Behold the power!
Well, that looked both painful and stupid. Hjalti was quite eager to join up until now, but I guess he'll put up with this nonsense to get the other perks.
This is the power.
I'll lose my six-pack abs to get this weird gut instead. I worked hard to get that physique. But yeah, so for several reasons I'm going to become a vampire here. Out of character, it's very good for a mage. Wait, I thought I needed your blood, not the other way around. What? In character, Hjalti wants to live forever, and also I've never done the quest as a vampire before, so I want to see it from this side. So now we must sit through a lengthy, mandatory training cinematic about all our new vampire powers, most of which are not important or useful.
The power is growing.
Despite its length, it also will completely fail to cover a lot of important stuff, so I'll go through that myself when I'm traveling around later on, explain all the mechanics for you
My
guys.
guidance, you will become a deadly instrument,
Again, with
striking
his
terror into the hearts of
gesticulations
mortals
at
wherever
odd
you
times.
tread. Now listen to my words and do as I instruct. The true power of the ancient blood is found in the form of the vampire.
He could not be more wrong.
Assume
It is
the
crippling to
mantle
any kind of
the
character.
vampire
You should
lord.
never ever try to fight in vampire lord form.
Continue.
You lose access to all your important abilities and powers and weapons and everything. And you get garbage instead. Unlike a werewolf, you can at least change back and forth at will instead of only once per day. Being a werewolf is truly worthless. Especially because like they're a warrior character thing, and yet they take away all your weapons and armor, which is what you depend upon for your basic functionality as a
In
warrior.
this form, you can drain the life from
In this form, you're forced into Skyrim's mediocre third-person perspective, which is not at all what the game is about. Again, we definitely play Skyrim for the generic third-player hack-and-slash gameplay, not for the role-playing or immersive experience. This is an area of effect absorb health spell. It's okay, I guess. It's really your only good thing.
Fight as the beasts do. Do so.
So you can't sneak, you can switch between ground mode and flight mode, in which you can't actually fly, but you can cast your spells. In ground mode, you can only attack, you can't cast spells at all. In both forms, you have access to,
You are weaker while on.
you're not actually weaker, you just don't have access to your magic.
Access the blood.
Your claw attacks are pretty terrible unless you built your entire character around them, and even then they're mediocre. You can see, not an effective
Your
attack.
claws are still.
Can't block either, can't do a darn thing.
Over time.
Your knight powers replace all your shouts. Again, you lose your basic functionality that makes you useful. The one good thing is that you can be really fast in this form. That, I guess, has like some minor functionality. You can sprint pretty well too, because you have bonus stamina and magicka and HP. How much depends on your level, and you also just go faster. So,
There is much.
there is a perk tree for Vampire Lords, and you get perk points for this by murdering people with either your Blood Drain spell or your power attack with Bite if you get a lucky kill cam cinematic. So, great to have luck-based gameplay for leveling up there. Over here you have things that give you some new powers. Some of these are pretty useful. Basically this is slow time, basically this is, ethereal form, basically this is Aura Whisper, so you can replace some of your shouts with useful ones that are almost as good, but you can't replace all of them, so it's again a step down. A few spells over here, all of which are pretty bad, except for Corpse Curse and Paralysis, I guess, and some melee combat stuff there.
But if
You need to kill like
master
150 or so
powers
people to get all
of
those perks, I think,
vampire
unless I misremember.
few enemies will be
Of course, you don't
able
need
to
all of them.
stand against you.
What am I wearing? Alright, let me get out of this stupid form.
There is one last thing you must
Oh,
know.
won't they do it yet? Okay, until he finishes.
Slaying mortal men with
I can murder this person to get one of those points, but that would not really be Hjalti's way at all.
How many people would you have to murder to get all the perk points?
I think it's like 155, 156, something like that. It doesn't actually have to all have to be people. I think almost any living thing will do, but it is still a lot of kills to get only with that one spell or your lucky power attacks. No, please, do whatever you want. There we go.
But first, do you have any questions? Good. Go and speak to Garen Marethi. Tell him it is time.
Those are the vaguest instructions imaginable.
I sense the power of the ancient blood in your veins. You have earned my trust.
I haven't done
so
anything
I will
to earn
share
this trust.
what I can.
I brought his daughter back, yes, but I did it like for my own personal gain, pretty
Serana
much.
and her mother disappeared.
He has no actual information
In my
here.
heart.
Hjalti would ask him, but yeah, nothing
What
says
else
just things
do
that
you
we don't
want
already
to
know.
Her
Nor can we
name
ask something
was
cool if the guy is
Swear.
4,000 years old and knows all kinds of
I would
ancient
say,
lore.
what else do you
Why are you
want to
teleporting
know?
up? Whatever.
Very well.
Would he know about the lore,
Can
though,
you
if he's just been
power
secluded on
the
this
ancient
island
blood
castle?
coursing through
Yeah, you
your
make a good point.
veins?
He'll often say some kind of stupid line about expecting you to uphold your end of the bargain, but you never made a bargain with him, so...
I
Oh,
have
there we go.
kept
Yeah, we
my
never made any kind of
end
bargain.
of
I
the
owed this guy
bargain.
nothing.
Now,
Being a vampire was my reward for rescuing his daughter.
Well, don't forget, you just said I'll do anything you want to avoid having it explained again.
Kusith, named for a Scottish dog associated with death. The other pet one is Garm, named for a Norse guardian dog of the underworld. Here's Garrett and Merethi.
I am above the petty squabbles.
They
here.
all
I
say
have
they all talk about the petty squabbles and how they're
far too
above
long
them,
to be
except for the
bothered.
two guys who are actually the squabblers.
Lord Harkon.
But they all act as though the politics are
Remember
pervasive
your
rather than just two
place.
people.
Now, what
We had no
do our
option to be
lords
impolite here.
wish?
Again, we were just railroaded into one thing.
Well, well. He wants the chalice then.
Were they trying to keep us in suspense
heard
there
of
for
the
30
Bloodstone
seconds? Took the
chalice?
walk from, Harkon to him? Whatever. Again, dumb
It
responses.
is a rather well-kept secret.
Because it's unimportant,
The
both
chalice
in the story
has
and
been in
mechanically.
Lord Harkon's possession for quite some time
It does
now.
nothing really in the story.
It
It's
is,
just a
when
pointless fetch
used
quest.
properly, able to increase the potency of our powers.
Not really. What it does is, that
He
bad
has
blood drain
neglected
spell that
using
vampires
it for
have?
ages.
It lets it also drain
If he
magicka
wants
and
it filled
stamina.
now,
So,
grander
still,
things are afoot.
really bad.
This
And
is
only
good.
lasts for like one day. You have to
Follow
travel
me.
all the way out here to restore
I'll
it.
take you to it. Lord Harkon
Now we must sit through
has
some
never
dull
cared to
expository
use the
dialogue that's
chalice,
irrelevant. Because again, that's what we play
relying on his
Skyrim
more
for.
than adequate powers until now. This is an
A
intriguing
lot of the downgrade questline is poorly put together, boring, and obnoxious. In a whole bunch of different levels.
I just realized something.
What?
It's been so long since I actually bothered to play it
Excuse us.
through, I don't remember
I
how
need
it
to
ends.
fetch the Bloodstone chalice. The chalice? Why?
Now he's going to give away everything because he's an idiot. These are the two plotters in
Lord
court.
Harkon's orders, Ordeal.
And we don't need to talk to him. We can just walk over there. The chalice is right there on the table. I can just telekinesis it to me from here.
Really?
But he gives away my role.
Indeed.
He gives away where I'm going. If
If
I didn't shut him up, he'd probably give away my social security number and home
Thalmor and
address.
Orthiolf are Harkon's primary advisors.
That reflects poorly on Harkon's judgment because they're both traitors.
For taking the chalice.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have mentioned it to them.
And here we are. Now, this chalice needs to be filled directly from the blood spring that is the source of Redwater Den. But that's not enough. Once that's done, the blood of a powerful vampire needs to be added.
Oh, I've got a few ideas.
Keep in mind,
Harkon
that
still hasn't actually
Redwater
kept his
Den
end of the
has
bargain. He still
fallen
owes me
into-
his blood.
Well, let's just say less reputable members of society now dwell there.
He has every incentive to
It's
actually
your
tell me who
choice
dwells this so I
whether
can
to
prepare, but he
attempt to
doesn't.
deal with them
Maybe
or
he
force
just
your
really
way
doesn't
through.
like you.
That would explain his numerous, poorly
Don't
considered
want to
actions.
keep Lord Harkon waiting.
What meeting? I wasn't
I am
So I'm forced to walk all the way across
above
Skyrim for this
here.
dumb quest.
I have lived for far too long to be bothered with them. An ancient font full of power. As much as it looks like blood, sadly, it is not. Can you imagine if it were?
Haven't you noticed
We
that
never need
Lord
to
Harkon
hunt
has a
here.
literal fountain of blood?
Still, its liquid is powerful.
Not only that, but they seem to be more
Others
into
have
farming
noticed,
than hunting.
Though
Yes.
they have never fully realized its potential. Enjoy
All it does
yourself.
is inflict random diseases on you. He doesn't have much potential. Well.
I mean, sick day off work.
Let me find the shopkeepers around here. Most of the vampires in this court are worthless, but I want to find them.
Those are
Yes, they are. I am the Archmage, in fact.
Winterhold Road. Life here always a pleasure to
So
serve
he's
a fellow
the
alchemist.
local alchemist. So, first of all, let me make something very clear here. I kill a lot of vampires. And ice wraiths, and flame atronachs, and Dremora, and everything. So don't mess with me. And frostbite spiders, and ice wraiths again, and... These are worthless to me now. I'm immune to all diseases, so...
You know, it occurs to me, though, the more you try and make yourself seem like a threat to them...
I could definitely use this. Vampires are weak to fire. I want to
Ooh.
fix that.
Nice. But you are just moving towards a dagger in the back while you're sleeping instead of an outright confrontation if they want to get rid of you.
Hjalti is always worried about daggers in his back because he grew up in Daggerfall. The name is no coincidence. He surely sleeps in a knife-proof vest with several booby traps built into it. This is kind of too weak to be useful. Don't need stamina. Sell some of those and bring them all. That'll about do it.
Until next time.
He makes his apprentice who he bullies sleep over here in the corner.
I hope you find life in the castle.
This guy's an obsequious suck-up. Want to be social climber, but totally incompetent. Also, I'm standing on him now. Okay.
So it's a metaphor. That means you can use him to climb the social ladder.
Whatever is required. I'm happy to do whatever is asked of me. Often I take on tasks that Garen or Farron.
He seems to think that doing demeaning work to make people look down on him will help him rise in status, but it's not how it works. So Hjalti immediately, judges him to be a useful idiot, basically.
I'm sorry I don't have more to offer.
So he's a general goods merchant. Worthless. I'm sorry I don't have more to offer too. It'd be nice if you had some resist magic items, for example.
He does have a potion of cure disease.
Nothing at all of use to me. Wow, yeah. You suck. Let me sell some of my heavy stuff to him at least. Yeah, I kill Vigilance of Sendar, so I am on your side here. And of course, I kill lots of vampires. So many vampires have been killed by me. So many vampires. I'm even going to give this stuff away to you free just to make the point that I kill a lot of vampires.
Good hunting.
Politics bore me terribly. But
again, only 2 people are involved, and this is never followed up on in any important way, shape, or form. So major storytelling lost there. Let me get a nap here in this coffin. I'm not really clear from the lore whether vampires are supposed to eat and sleep, but I'm going to assume that they're supposed to do and continue doing that. Hjalti's not giving up his sweets. Certainly. Now, Surge of Vampiric Power up there. When you sleep in a coffin, you get a bonus. I think it lasts for 24 hours. Could be wrong about that. Granting resist magic. Oh, where is it? Resist magic. There we go. 10% resist magic. When I already have so much, that's quite... okay. You already have beds you can sleep in, but, whatever.
Lost!
I'm allowed to use for some reason. Let me go find the 2 conspirators and find out what they're going to do. Orthiolf and... Yeah, they all say that. Well, here's Orthiolf.
Don't. Good to see a new face here. Especially one that isn't attached to an elf.
Couldn't agree
Between
more.
you
There are
and
far
me,
too many elves here.
There's too many of them. Can't trust a lot of them. Never could. Want my advice? Avoid getting wrapped up in Vingalmo's schemes. He's after the throne, and he'll kill anyone that gets in his way. Of course not. He's an elf, isn't he?
Couldn't agree
He'll
more.
cozy up to you, use his honey's words to get you to lower your guard, then use you and throw you away when he's done with you. You'll watch yourself around him. Darkness shroud you.
Up the petty
You
squabbles here.
two?
Lived far too long to be bothered with them.
Where is Vingalmo?
Maybe he's taking a nap.
He might be. Get out of here. There we go.
You'll be a welcome addition to the... If I... Be careful. Ordeal, for example.
Same thing. So they're both warning against each other, and again, never properly followed up
to
on.
serve. His ambition will justify any
Major loss of
actions.
possible quests there.
Put your faith in him, and you will regret it.
Alright,
I promise you.
let's get out of here. Get back to more interesting things. Serrano, by the way, has nothing whatsoever to say. So, no commentary, no thanks, no explanation of why in the world she wanted to come back here. Oh, it's still not nighttime yet. So, I take some major penalties during the daytime, but hopefully it should be night by the time I get over to shore.
It should take you a while to row that far.
Yes, I think it'll be instantaneous actually, but
You should check the time before and after.
good question. Yeah, because I don't know. Let's see. So right now it is 7. There are enemies nearby, so I cannot check. Oh, yeah, instantaneous.
Wow, 2 minutes.
Yep. Okay, well I'm going to muffle myself to walk by this Thalmor fort, which is, as I've mentioned, right next to the vampires, so that makes perfect sense.
Maybe they're working together.
And yet there's no commentary from either side of them about that. They just kind of wedged the vampire castle in there when they added Dawnguard without thinking about how there's already something next to it. Let alone about how it's on a trade route where numerous ships have to pass all the time. Well, it'll be nightfall soon. Actually, it is nightfall now. Great. So on my long journey back to Solitude, where I'm going next to advance the main quest, I should talk about some of the vampire mechanics. gonna need to find the path. I don't feel like it's good role-playing to be jumping up and down cliffs, so I'll try to avoid that as much as I can and just go back on the road.
Not much of a rock climber.
It would ruin my clothes.
Yeah.
I do put on my good gear, though. So Archmage's robes, Morokai, Necromancer's amulet, Ring of Recharging. That looks pretty good. I think I've cleared out all the numerous saber cats that were around here.
Were they snowy?
They were snowy.
Wow.
So, instant kills. Luckily avoided that, but there were some close calls. What is that one outlying tower? Oh, that's just the bridge tower. I should check that out sometime, see what's in it. Don't really know. So I'm not 100% sure where the path is, because it didn't actually lead down to this low area. I had to scramble down like an ordinary looking slope to get down here. There's a Horker. I remember passing a Horker on my way, so maybe I'm on the right track here. We'll see. Don't want to aggro this Horker. They're passive unless you get too close to them or antagonize them. Is it around here? Did I just hear a dragon? I think I did.
Sounded like it.
Oh, is this the path? Oh yeah, definitely heard a dragon. There it is! Is it a dragon that wants to fight, or one that just wants to fly overhead and mess around? It's a dragon that wants to fight. Okay. Well, I'm gonna eat an Ellsworth fondue. Hope it's not a fire dragon.
That would not be the best timing.
No, indeed. Okay, well... Oh, it's a fire dragon! So, I am weak to fire now that I'm a vampire. Substantially so. I'll talk all about my vampire mechanics soon, but for now I better equip my fire-resistant shout. Not my fire, my become ethereal shout.
I was gonna say, I didn't think there was a fire-resistant shout.
No. But that's what I use it for. Where's that path? Gotta be around here somewhere. So he resists fire pretty well. I can stun him at least like that. Come on, I know it's not be too far off now.
Is that it? To the left there?
I think so, but I'm not certain. Switch to Ice Spike. Come on. What are you doing? Are you fighting like the Horker? Jeez. Wasting my time, dragon. Yeah, he's fighting the Horker. But he's not fighting it determinedly in a way that would actually help me win the fight. He's just fighting it in a way that would waste my time. Yikes. Significant fire damage because I flew overhead there. Okay. Better double Ice Spike him. Stop him. Oh, you know what? Gonna level up right here. Probably the double level up. Yeah. Okay. I am going to, just to speed up this fight in particular, take automatic frost, do more frost damage. The time I branched out anyway. And I'm going to take my increased magic resistance too, to put me at nearly the cap there with everything considered. At least if I put on my magic resistance stuff, it would. Speaking of which, do I have any useful apparel for the situation? I guess I can switch to the Ring of Resist Magic. Wouldn't be a big difference. Oh, he charged. Fine. He's really making this fight irksome in ways it doesn't need to be. Stunning him with good timing so far. Pretty good timing, anyway. Now, either make up your mind, either fight the Horker or fight me. You don't get to do both. Well, you do, but you don't get to, like, alternate between us in a way that wastes my time. Picking the Horker? Okay. Fine.
Good choice.
Good choice indeed. Let me see if I can keep you on the ground there while the Horker chews on you. Let's speed this up a little bit. Ah. Really, just like dive bomb the ground then. Suppose you just crash land.
Maybe he bounced off the blubber.
Maybe. Good, fighting the horse. Come on, Horker, we can do this together. I'm sure the dragon will pin up head this loss on him. Horses are pin up heads. Almost got him grounded.
Couple more hits, hopefully.
Yep.
That looks like a comfortable landing.
Yes. Maybe that was him being grounded, though?
Maybe. It certainly looks like it.
Yes, he should be now. Alright, well, now that you're landed, now seems like a good time for you to have a frost out and not pile here.
I'm amazed at how long that Horker is lasting.
Yes, remember, everything is made tougher by Legendary, and the dragon wasn't able to really attack him much, so they kept stunning him.
True.
I think the Astronaut may be going for the Horker there. Sometimes. Not
Just,
sure.
It's alternating too.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Man, this guy's taking a long time. It looks very painful. It's a stun if you get hit by it. No, it's running. But, oh well.
This could be your chance at a Horker loaf.
Nah. So that huge thing only has like 1 pound of meat on it, apparently.
I mean, it's all blubber. Who wants to eat that?
Maybe it's like bacon grease and you want to keep it around. Not that I actually do that, ever. I always dispose of bacon grease. But I'm always told by other cooks it's good to keep it around.
My parents always had a can of it.
Yeah, I always found this to be so icky. Like, back when I stored it, I never actually had any kind of use for it, so I stopped eventually.
Yeah, I never saw it used. You just fill a can, throw it out, start filling a new can. I think they actually did it so they didn't have grease in the drains. Rather than for future use.
I guess you could dispose of it. I have a long way to go, so I'm actually turning into Vampire Lord form just for this, because you go a lot faster in that form.
Hopefully you don't run into anybody on the road.
Yes, because everybody immediately recognizes you as a monster and attacks you if you are spotted like this. As you would expect, because you are a monster. Can't actually fly or levitate with these wings like you could in Morrowind with the levitate spell, but you can at least go pretty fast. What do I have equipped? Bats? Okay. Whee. That is okay. That's just me reforming. Nothing else. Quite fast. So let me talk about some vampire mechanics during this long trek. So, first of all, there are 4 stages of vampirism, and you advance in stages as you go 24 hours without drinking a person's blood. As you advance in stages, your vampire powers get stronger, but your vampire weaknesses also become more pronounced. So, trade-off there. There's some things that are true regardless of your form of vampirism, though. So we'll talk about some of those mechanics, and maybe we should turn back to human form to go over some of those things, so they don't actually apply all of them to a vampire lord. Once I get one last round of bats. There. Okay. So, save some time there, at least. Revert form. Do it. Okay. Still got all my stuff, right? Okay, great. So, first of all, you have immunity to all diseases. So that's not really useful, but I guess it's a minor nuisance resolved. You also have heavy resistance to poison. Is this the right path? It might be. Not sure. It will tell you that it's I'll tell you that it's 100% resistant to poisons, but it is not, because you're the human, so it's capped at 85%. For the enemy, it is indeed 100%. You also have 2 other passives that are on all the time that boost you up. You've got Champion of the Night is an irreplaceably good 25% bonus for all your illusion spells. So, any kind of mage character benefits a lot from that. Those are goods. Okay. You also have Night Stalker's Footsteps, makes you 25%, harder to detect while sneaking. So again, potentially useful bonuses. I don't sneak, but many characters do. I'll go this path. Need to make sure I don't accidentally end up at the Thalmor embassy down here, though, because it leads there too. Oops. You also get a couple of different powers as your vampirism level goes up. Your vampirism stage, that is. Like right now, I have this worthless vampire blood drain destruction spell. It's unusably bad. I don't have anything else. I have vampire sight, lets me see in the dark. But as my vampirism level goes up, basically I'll get a few other powers added too. Some of which are moderately useful. This path is definitely leading to the Thalmor embassy. You also have, at all levels, whenever you're out in the sunlight, which is about 2/3 of the day, you have... Yeah, I'll take this path down to avoid the Thalmor. This way leads to Solitude. You have minus 100% to your health, stamina, and magic regeneration out in daylight, which is absolutely devastating.
Look at my temple.
Oh, it's really a stupid question that I had the so before. I'm going to ignore this voice in my head. I got important things to do. Right, let me just talk over Meridia here for a moment. So, you have minus 100% to all those regeneration rates, which is crippling especially for warriors, because you need your stamina to get around, fast, with your sprints, and also the shield bashment, which is critical to surviving on Legendary as a warrior. So, devastating to be a vampire warrior. Now, if you have some bonuses to your regeneration rates... Oh, these are undead people. Oh, it's a random encounter. I love this one. So these vampires are apparently going to try to prey on a fellow vampire. Oh look, there's some corpses of Vigils of Cinder they looted. These guys are dumb. Alright. You've lost your living privileges. That's close enough. You're not even strong vampires.
Maybe that's why they have to resort to petty tricks?
And not even like smart tricks though. I'm like offended to think I'd fall for this. My Atronach is... Oh! Cave bear!
Ah!
How did I not detect that thing?
Well, more vampire dust next time you head back to the castle.
Yes. Let me help this vampire out here. The cave bear is far more dangerous. It would easily kill me in one shot. I'm surprised it hasn't already killed him. But he is, of course, an NPC, so he benefits from those bonuses.
Wow, nice timing.
Yes. Freaking vampires. Didn't even recognize that I was one of them. They cannot feed on me. Anyway, yeah, random encounter. Glad they finally had them. I was always hoping we'd have it so we could talk about that. Previous walkthrough where I was a human, but no. Anyway, so luckily regeneration rates in this game are additive. So if you have minus 100%, we have like plus 50%, then you have overall 50%. Now the problem is there's almost no sources of stamina regeneration rates in the entire game. So for warriors, devastating. But for mages, I've already demonstrated many times why I have this useful perk that lets me just get my stamina back just like that. So daylight or no, I can sprint around as much as I like. Fantastic stuff.
Until you run out of magic.
Yes, and that is penalized during the day, but luckily as a mage you have access to numerous powerful artifacts granting you massive increased magic regeneration, so that's not as big a problem as it is for warriors who have almost no stamina gear available to them. Which way do I go here? Is it the left? No. There we are. So that's one reason to never, ever be a vampire warrior. Now, besides these things that apply all the time, you also have some things that are vampire stage dependent. One of which is that if you're out in sunlight, you take penalties that are stage dependent to your health, stamina, and magicka, which can push you into instant kill territory, so always beware of that on Legendary. Another thing... Wow, lots of living people over there. Another thing is that you have weakness to fire and resistance to frost are level dependent. Before Dawnguard goes up to about 100% for each. It starts off at like 50% or I think, something like that, maybe 25. But with Dawnguard, the percentages are greatly decreased. So it goes from the 20% or so up to 50% cap. Now that resist frost is nice, but the weakness to fire is devastating on Legendary. It'll push you into instant kill territory against quite a few different kinds of enemies. So always bear that in mind and be more cautious against them. Well, let me get a room at the inn.
Being old's not so bad.
I won't talk to Malborn immediately, be kind of too suspicious. I'll just be seen as a regular customer of the inn, going in and out, doing some business in town.
Sure thing.
Got anything to sell?
Take a look.
Anything useful here? I'll take that. Yeah, I can use some of those things. You don't have any sweets. Okay, fine.
I'll show you to your
I'm
room.
sure there are some scattered about.
I'll give you a coin.
Hello,
Divine's
I'm
bless-
Gisley, but you can
Oh,
just call me
thank
Erica's
you.
sister.
There are indeed
Divine's
quite a few
blessing.
scattered
I'm a little
about, but they're
busy.
being watched.
I've got all sorts of...
Watch closely. There's the executioner even over there.
Probably shouldn't try and steal someone's sweet roll then.
Yes. He's restocked things since I was last here. That's good news.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
I'll help myself to a drink later if I need anything. Don't worry. Now shoot. Okay, well, first of all, I'll have some dinner, I suppose. Anything heavy I should dispose of? I guess I've got some of these beefs I can get rid of. A Nord mead. Apple, some bread. Definitely should have a sweet of some kind, though. That is too good to pass up. I'm running low on sweets and he won't sell me any, so he gets what he deserves. Well, let me just do my illusion spell Muffle.
Don't want to take a nap till later first?
You're right, people are awake now. I'll nap a little bit, I'll wake up truly in the dead of night, and that'll do my vampire feeding. Demonstrate how that works. Everybody asleep now. No, nobody is asleep up here. That is weird and inconvenient.
Another nap?
Yes. There we go. That was weird. Okay, let's try that again. Hjalti's door was definitely closed this entire time. Dum-dum-dum. Nom nom nom. I don't know how I do it through my mask. It's a mystery to me.
Oh, are you wearing your mask right now?
Apparently I'm wearing my mask right now. We should assume that in character I took it off.
Maybe you have a straw.
More of a mosquito thing than a vampire thing. Oh, he hasn't restocked that strong box? What a shame. But probably Storax took all these. Well, sleep until morning, I guess. Maybe I'll change into my fine clothes first. It seems like an uncomfortable set of things to sleep in. And my town necklace.
Sleeping with your shoes on. Worried the skeevers will eat the soles of your feet.
So, feeding that guy restores me to stage 1 vampirism until 24 hours have passed. And it resets you from whatever stage you were at. Well, even if that was like stage 4, whatever, you were right back to stage 1 with 24 hours to go. I meant to keep that thing over. So, let me go about my business, buy and sell a few things first. These guys often have useful rings, amulets, etc. So they're a good place to stop.
Oh, take a look.
Anything good here? Amulet of Bella, again, I've said before, that's outclassed by Xanathar, which is now way outclassed by my better haggling amulet. But before you have one of those things, I guess you might consider picking one of those up. Ooh, an upgrade there. Don't mind if I do. And necklaces. This is a very rare item. You have a hard time finding those outside of this place. Again, it's hard to generate things other than magicka. Rings, smithing. You just had to show me up by having both those items, but Outside this shop, it's very hard to find those things.
These two just strive to be annoying in every way possible.
Yes, they certainly achieved it. I'll sell that, and these.
Finally.
What a delight, another charming proprietor.
Spare some gold for a veteran?
I could, of course, go pray at the Shrine of Zenithar to get slightly better prices, but I don't really care about that. Which means I want to go restore my chalice blessing as soon as I can.
Ah, so you're an alchemist then.
Anything good? Any fire resistance? I'll take it. Don't need most of these other things. No good ingredients, I presume. Nope. Okay, well, I've got some things I can probably sell to you. Stamina I don't need. Definitely don't need that. Definitely don't need those. Don't need all of these, especially now that I picked up some more that are stolen that I don't appear in my inventory here. Oh yeah, forgot to buy those things. Definitely not a vampire here.
Don't
give you
forget
that
me
idea.
next time
Those
you...
are the glowing eyes, pale skin, the fangs. I am baffled that nobody detects it. They all kind of comment on your, like, you know, appearance, your pale skin, your glowing eyes, but nobody seems to put two and two together.
Seems there's no end.
Maybe
The
they're just too
finest
afraid to
weapons
say it
and
to your
armor.
face.
Maybe. That is some serious shock resistance. I will, but it's not better than the Archmage's boots, so I won't take that. Well, nothing useful. I always check them just in case they have something that I can use. I'm going to sell off some of my heavy stuff here. And those are weightless, so I want to sell them anyway. Can't transmute that for whatever reason. Or that. Only ore, not ingots.
Anytime you need
I would think that it'd be easier to
arms,
transmute something in this like pure ingot form rather than a ore that's polluted with all kinds of who really knows what. But whatever. You see my magic basically does not regenerate because I'm not in the day now. I don't have my magic regeneration gear on. Oh, no, I do not want to share with stupid quest. I'm gonna head out to the court mage now. See if she, being a vampire, recognizes me. She doesn't. No follow-up on that whatsoever. I don't think I said this before, but once you're indoors, you regenerate no matter what time of day it is. So inside a dungeon, don't worry about it.
What if that dungeon has
Unless
an
we have specific
inexplicable
business,
opening with
I'm
sunlight
not
streaming
interested.
in?
Doesn't count. Still counts. With a couple of exceptions, it counts as being indoors. So.
Steward, when is my appointment to meet with General Darius? There are some issues we must speak about.
Yeah, the general does not care about her with good reason because she's an incompetent buffoon, so he just postpones that rather than waste his time. Well, what do you know? You're not alive, you're sleeping here. You cannot feed on a vampire, by the way. Can't be done. So let me... Right, now let me wake her up and talk to her.
If I needed something, spells and incantations...
Thank you for confirming you don't need that potion I stole back. After all, if you needed it, you would know it. Okay. Oh, I forgot to buy the books that grant you heal undead spells from the vampires, but those are worthless. Those are hard to sell to anybody else, so take it. And maybe some soul gems I can sell. Whatever. Just want to get rid of things
Take
in my
care of
inventory.
yourself, and always remember, the world is ripe with people looking to spill their souls.
Please address all questions to the steward.
The Jarl sure can't answer them. How can I distract you?
Who throw Dom into the other room?
That would be a problematic kind of distraction. If I simply telekinesis that cheese over here, I'd probably see it floating. So, maybe I won't do that. Ooh. These, on the other hand... Oh, well, one was sliced, but still. Score one either cheese. Oh, so you have some kind of stupid idea. Great idea! Have the resented occupying Imperial forces march through town on parade. And for that matter, yeah, why don't we take them away from the war effort, too? Double smart. Everything that comes out of Elisif's mouth is stupid. Luckily, the general just kind of ignores her. And as I mentioned, even Ulfric ignores her, just leaves her in power because she's totally useless.
They say if a vampire so much as scratches you, you'll turn into one.
Not true. Unlike in Oblivion, you need to be hit by their blood drain spell. Doesn't work on NPCs. You cannot vampirize an NPC. Except for like your wife with certain vampire quests and a few other people with another certain vampire quests. But
really?
yes.
Huh. I didn't know you could turn anyone into a vampire.
Yes. I don't know if you can de-vampire them.
Deactivate and reactivate? Or disable and enable, I guess.
No idea if it works. Alright, well, let me take care of business here. Always visit general goods merchant last.
Don't like those eyes you got.
Typically she comments about me having a certain
Bad
fire in my
moment to
eyes.
them.
Let's see that.
Your skin's
No,
as
it's just getting the
pale as
vampire stuff this time.
A bit of this. And
Her
a bit
fire
of
in the
that.
eyes thing is, she says regardless, but I now actually have literal glowing eyes. Nothing useful, huh? Okay, well, let me see what I can sell you. I want to sell you these, although they're not that heavy, so probably should hold on to them, but whatever. Don't have too many things there. That is worthless to me, but it's almost weightless too. I don't really need that anymore. Kind of saving this one to find the other volumes to read. Don't want to give that away. This I don't need, that I don't need. Great quest, but I won't be doing it. Both like a fun quest and an extremely functional quest. Gives you a fantastic item. Perfect.
Come back to bits and pieces. Fine.
Alright. Now let me go chat up Malborn and hand him my stuff. So, interesting phase of this quest, basically. They get him to smuggle your gear into the embassy for you. Now, they could have done more with that. They could have had some kind of weight limit or some kind of other limit, like you can't give him a battle axe, but no. He can smuggle like 300 pounds of battle axes in.
Skyrim's staunch protectors, the Imperials.
I'll just sit down here and have a friendly chat and drink with this person. But not that drink. I accidentally picked up that empty wine bottle and the guards went and tried to kill me over it. So, just having a bite to eat here. Sweet roll and get rid of that because it's heavy. And that, and maybe some bread. Yes, I agree.
Breton? Yes? Really? You're who she picked?
Casual insults from a lowly wood elf, the most worthless race in all of Tamriel.
I can smuggle
Pretty
some
loud
equipment
ones,
into the
too.
embassy.
Yes.
Don't plan on bringing anything else in with you. The Thalmor takes security very seriously.
And he means that. Give him everything you need to have.
You can't live without, and I'll make sure to get it into the embassy. The rest is up to you.
Now, you can give him everything, and for efficiency purposes you should, but I'm not going to do it because it's bad
I'll
roleplay.
find you at the party. Don't worry.
I'm going to trust him with some of my one-of-a-kind artifacts for some reason. Can't give him this. It's a quest item, so it's stuck in my inventory anyway. I'll definitely need those, and you should definitely have that and that. I won't give him that because I'll give away my secret identity, basically. I won't give him that because it's not going to be useful. I definitely need to fight elves in there, so... Not going to reveal that I'm Dark Brotherhood. Scroll should be easy to smuggle in, I imagine. I'm going to assume that potions are hard to smuggle in, so I'm going to give him only my most valuable and important potions. Probably invisibility could come in handy. That'll about do it. Books, certainly won't need any of those. You can get rid of some of your keys here. It's one of the few opportunities in the game to get rid of spare keys that you don't actually want. Not that they weigh you down, but sometimes just like having inventory clutter.
Are you going to give him any food supplies or just steal all the hors d'oeuvres at the party?
Definitely lockpicks, definitely some food supplies, too. Do not forget to give him lockpicks. And I can't go without this stuff, so... You get most of the supply, I'll pick it up in there because it could be a while before I meet Delphine again. I think I'll steal ordinary food from the party. See, you only have that one chance. If you talk to him again, he won't take anything further, so don't mess it up. Ah, yes. Glowing, fiery eyes. Nothing suspect about that at all. Well, I think I'm going to take a quick nap until it's dusk, because I don't want to be at the Thalmor party during the day if there's trouble.
And we'll see it wiped clean of the scourge that has sullied.
That ought to do all right. I just don't want to become a higher stage vampire from there fighting in the daytime. Don't want to lower those stats and their spells being thrown at me. Or raise my fire weakness.
I once captained a ship of the
Alright, so off I go to meet Delphine, who's been loitering in the area.
My shipmates
Hopefully not
scoff at
too
my love of
obviously.
finery. No end.
Speaking of obviousness, if you walk out with Melbourne, he'll loudly comment that like your job is to avoid getting fingered as a spy to all passerby.
Just shout it out right next to the guards.
Yep.
What business do college mages have in a place like Sarthal anyway? It's a place for Undeath. What a weird experience.
If you want, I can put some Undeath back in there. It's not really even a tomb anyway, just an ancient ruined city. Well, it's raining all over my fine clothes, but I guess I'm gonna have to wear those party clothes anyway. They're mandatory, even though the fine clothes are actually fancier. Delphine will talk as though you're dressed up in like armor and weapons and whatnot, no matter what you come to her wearing. Oh well. Oh, by the way, unlike in Oblivion, cloud cover does not affect your sun weakness. Wow, a lot of people there.
Is there like a Khajiit caravan or something?
No, unfortunately. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. No, just a lot of chickens, they all count.
Oh, the chickens count.
Yes. And then all the farmers, angry farmers would pop out if you killed them. The prize chickens are there too. So.
Have you given Malborn the gear you want to smuggle in? Good. But the only way you're going to get past the guards is if they really
You're looking at me kind of suspiciously.
Which means you need to look the part and not be armed to the teeth. Here, put this on.
So you must wear the party clothes for some
When
reason.
you're ready. You'll only have... You can't go to a party at the Thalmor embassy directly.
Alright, so I'm going to scooch around behind here where nobody can see me, crouch down and change clothes. In that bush, which seems very uncomfortable.
Looks like that horse can see you though, and remember, they are witnesses.
The horse is making Hjalti a little uncomfortable, actually. Look at it looking over here with those...
perked ears.
Yes.
You should pass for a real guest, at least until you open your mouth. Ready to board the carriage to the embassy?
Is that her blade sword?
It is indeed her blade sword, right there on her hip.
Just make sure
The kind of sword nobody but the blades use.
the information we need. Good luck.
Alright, so. Interesting, unique little quest. It could have been better, could have been more of a puzzle, but it is cool that it's not just a hack and slash quest all the way through like most things in this game are. Now that you're a vampire, they give you some vampire information as part of your loading screen tips.
A fellow latecomer to Ellenwood's little soiree.
This embassy is a place that you can visit along the road, but you can't actually come in here.
Salute you, sir. My lateness is due more to getting lost on
An
the way up
obnoxious
this
drunken character who will
godforsaken
prove useful later on.
desire to actually arrive late.
Where are the Thalmor guards? You're supposed to take my invitation. Speaking of which, let me read the invitation and make sure it's legitimate so I don't get killed. Ellenwood, first emissary of the Aldmeri domain to the Kingdom of Skyrim, requests the pleasure of the company of Hjalti Montrose at a reception on 17th Hearthfire 201, I imagine that's today's date, at the Ambassador's residence. Regrets only. I don't know what that means. Maybe I don't get invited to enough parties. Formal attire requested.
Today is the 17th, right?
Ah, here he is. Can I request the invitation?
Welcome to the Thalmor. Thank you, sir. Go right in.
Now then, here's my invitation. I don't have a poison dagger strapped to my thigh, etc., etc.
Guests are advised to...
So, in we go. And now Hjalti just needs to play it cool and... Oh, of all the bad luck, here's Ellenwood herself. He would certainly know what she looks like because she'd be an infamous
Welcome.
figure.
I don't believe we've met. I am Ellenwood, the Thalmor ambassador to Skyrim. And you are?
Play it off.
Have you?
Because my name would be very well known and
But
a
you have
pseudonym would not match my
disadvantage.
invitation.
I'm afraid I know nothing.
Good thing she apparently did not ever actually read it.
Please, tell me more
And
about
Malborn luckily bails me out.
What
He's not as dumb as he
brings you to
looks.
to Skyrim.
And you're in the way.
What is it, Malborn?
Don't mind me.
Run out of
Just mind my own business, taking some snacks. A lot of snacks. I have no food supplies left, so pheasant's pretty good. Almost all the Jarls are going to be here, plus a lot of their various stewards and a few other wealthy people like members of the East Empire Company.
Are the dragons frightening your people as much as they're frightening
Chatter
mine?
about random stuff.
I've spent many hours in council.
I doubt that. He never has any kind of meetings or does anything important. He's thoroughly lazy and worthless.
What can I get for you? You made it in. Good. As soon as you distract the guards, I'll open this door and we can get... Let's hope we both live through this. Here you go, sir. Is there anything else I can get?
Clovian brandy is serious business. I will not give that up. It's almost one of a kind. So, oh, I've never heard this before.
There were
several Khajiit camped outside.
Oh, that's not interesting at all. You liar, you.
You've got to admire their courage. Doing something like that with dragons.
Yes, Hjalti certainly does.
War going on.
Need to have some balanced meals.
We've got our hands full dealing with the Stormcloaks. What about you?
So, these conversations reveal that the Imperials are really not a reasonable side, cannot be trusted to fight the Thalmor. They're almost all idiots or Thalmor toadies. Like, Elisab is like the second worst. He talks about how great the party is and like how much she wishes her husband could enjoy it with her, rather than about anything important.
Most profitable venture.
This guy is just a complete scumbag. Besides being an idiot and a Thalmor toady, he also will harass this woman over there, and when she turns out his advances, he'll report her under false charges to Elenwen, who will then have her thrown away in jail and tortured. So, really they're quite a pair. But, she's staring at me, none of these people are used to me, I need to create a scene fast. This just seems like the man for the job.
Allow me to introduce myself. Rosalind, imports and exports by trade. Observer of human nature. Ah, if there's anything
Good took the
I
wine
can
up,
ever
Clothing
do
Brandy.
for you, do not hesitate.
And I have to tell them this plan right in front of the surly-looking guard there.
Generosity immediately.
Maybe the guard's just to the point where they don't care anymore.
Maybe the helmet covers the ears.
Is that all? My friend, you've come to the right person. You could say that causing a scene is...
Anyway, many ways to cause scenes in here. Most of them, like, if the Jarls are your friends, they can do it for you.
Back and behold my hand.
But I wouldn't avoid being talked about, and these people already know me.
Any interesting rumors lately?
I'm gonna miss the room.
Attention, everyone.
Ah, this is pretty funny.
Could I have your attention?
I'll just help myself with some more food supplies over
I
here.
have an announcement.
Ooh, potion of regeneration.
I propose a toast to Elenwen, our mistress.
What are you
I
doing?
speak Nothing could be more unlikely than that.
Let's go, before anyone notices us.
Although most of you are already in bed with her. But again, I speak figuratively, of course.
Some pretty good dialogue here, sounding both like a drunk person and like a amusing, insulting distraction from the party. He's by far the smartest person at the party.
Someone bring me a drink.
Let's hope nobody saw us slip out. We need to pass through the kitchen. Your gear is hidden in the larder. Just stay close and let me do any talking. Got it? Follow me.
Who comes, Malvern? You know I don't like strange smells in my kitchen.
A guest feeling ill. Leave the poor wretch be.
A guest? In the kitchens? You know this is against the rules.
Rules, is it, Zavani? I didn't realize that eating moon sugar was permitted. Perhaps I should ask the ambassador.
Pretty good scene there. Simple but well done. Give me the moon sugar.
Be careful.
The moon sugar!
The door behind you.
She doesn't actually
Don't
have any.
Screw this up.
Sadly.
I need to lock the door behind you, or the
She does in
patrols
some of
might
these,
notice
though.
something's wrong.
Don't mind if I do. I keep talking about the time crunch, but won't actually go do anything. So, gotta take all this stuff back. Now, my things have been unhotkeyed, so I better fix that. They stay favorited at least.
Come on. If someone misses me at the party,
Well
we're
then
both...
go, I've got what I need. Alright, I'm gonna change into my battle gear from here. Probably not the Mordecai mask, even if I had that with me, that would be giving away too much. But these things I should put on. They'll probably be more likely to attack me with shock than with frost. So I'll wear that. Resist magic, resist magic. Probably want to have maximum resistance to magic, although more magic could be useful too. What time is it? Okay, it's night, good. And I'm going to probably eat Nelzer Fondue to fortify my nerves and my formidable spellcasting abilities.
Try muffle first.
Yep. Do everything first. Because there are some people past.
I need to lock the door behind you, or the patrols might notice something's wrong.
If you're an elf and you have those hooded Thalmor robes, you can at this point sneak past these guys and they
Good
won't
luck.
notice you.
You're on your own now.
Unless you're way off and they'll notice you get close, but a high elf they won't notice unless you
More of the
talk to them.
emissaries' treaty enforcers?
Here's some conversation here.
No, they're high mages, just in from Alinor. I guess herself is finally getting worried about all the
Shows that
dragons.
the Thalmor are no friends of the dragons.
Ah, good. I've been wondering how we're supposed to defend this place from a dragon. If a dragon does show up, maybe we'll get lucky and it will eat the mages first.
This is in front of a mage, I
Might
might
give us
add.
enough time to kill it. I'd like to see those arrogant bastards taken down. Always looking down their noses at us lowly foot sloggers. Well, we better get back to our rounds. Is someone there?
Yeah, I did not summon where I expected it to. That's obnoxious. There's another mage in there, I believe. But these guys fighting each other serves my purposes very well. Get in that room, would you? Where's the other mage?
And I am your boss.
There we go. There we go. The mage is involved. You get off me. You're fighting your buddy here. Nice one. Slamming him in the face. Kind of concrete passing there. Will that work?
Look promising. Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Where'd that guy go?
Aren't they all still in the room?
I thought one of them was dead.
Oh, yes.
He's dead, but he's in the room. What is my magic resistance now? I'm gonna check that. I've got 20%, 45%, 55%, and that's all. Okay, not that great. I could equip a little bit more if I wanted to, I guess. Getting up there, but still a ways to go. Alright, oh, full quality elven armor. That's level dependent. If I hadn't taken those level ups, I would probably just be finding mostly light here, but as it is, I'm going to get a mix. There's still an elf in here somewhere. Where is he? Where is he? I know he's in here somewhere. He wasn't killed.
He didn't run
Oh,
back
there he is.
into
He's
the party,
upstairs.
did
No, he's ran upstairs. Okay, we'll hunt him down up there.
he? Are you going to, raise bodies? Corpse in any of these?
I should desecrate the bodies, you're right. The Masters of Magic. Reduced to knifing people. It's almost like your reputation is overstated. You're just another hack wizard. Oh good, he summoned Natronach. I can just steal lots and lots of magic from standing near that thing. It does do some substantial damage, but fuels my attack. That's not what I need it. Nicely done. Alright, well, I may as well rob these people blind and ruin everything in here because I hate them so much, so.
Steal every left boot you can find.
Oh yeah.
Every left boot and right sock.
Ah, somebody important's bedroom. Lots of fine clothes around, randomized. That's more like it. Go through their stuff for loose change. Any kind of embarrassing notes I'll like throw down into the common room. No books on the shelves for you. Ooh. Some valuable stuff there. Potions, potions. Anything? Oh, yes, don't mind if I do. Anything in here? And that, and that, and that, and sure.
Was that ultimate magic?
I didn't check. I have one of those already. That's more like it. Right, well, back to somewhat more important matters. Not much important, but a little bit. Oh, actually, no, there's still a closet to lead somewhere around here, isn't there? Yeah. Yeah, don't mind if I do. Okay. As I was saying, back to the matter at hand. We need to go out into their backyard here and kill some more elves out there. Which is through one of these rooms. I'll muffle myself again. I think they automatically detect you at some point out there, so you can't really freely avoid them. Oh well. Did I already loot this one? Yeah. Oh. You wanted over there before he... Wow, that's weird. Whatever. Oh. No boots for you, or gloves. Boost! Get that stuff off the shelves. Summon an Atronach too, so I don't need to do that in combat. Alright, so back into their backyard. Guard there, and here you have to start fighting them. They immediately detect me. Thalmor wizard. I'm looking for the archers mostly. There's one of the archers. Got him.
Same.
Yes. Anyway, nice aim for him. The ones over there near the entrance are alerted to you too. Can't usually get to you, but don't shoot in your direction. Anything that keeps the soldiers tied up will serve my purpose as well. The wizard will serve me.
Was that a bound sword I saw there?
Yes, a lot of the elves fight with bound swords. I don't know if they had the perk for them or not. With the perk, bound swords are as strong as Daedric swords. Without it, they're still pretty darn strong. I think you played a character mostly relying on Daedric, on bound swords, right?
Yeah, my current one right now, actually.
Quite strong. Not as strong as your bound bow, of course. That,
True.
for some reason, is like far stronger than Daedric bows with a higher rate of fire, too. Bound bows are incredible.
And expensive, but worth it.
Mana expensive, that is.
Yeah.
They're obviously a substantial money saver.
Don't have to constantly buy arrows or make trips out to dwarven mines to get ingots and scrap metal and make your own and whatnot.
And believe me, it's a substantial expense to be buying arrows for a legendary run. You must buy every arrow from every shop in every town to still be running out. Desecrating the bodies. Don't really want him though, so collapse back to dust. Why don't you? Okay, I think I may turn on muffle again here. Actually, my Atronach may give me away. Because if you go in there, they'll probably detect me. Is there a side entrance to this place, or just that one? This is Elwyn's like personal office area, called Elwyn's Solar. I don't really want the Atronach to come with me, but I don't have a good way to unsummon. I guess I could do that new conjuration spell to dismiss it. That'd be expensive, but why not? Wonder if it works on your own, or how what that does. Nice. No idea if they gave me conjuration experience or not. I guess I can check. Oh yeah. Huh. Well, in I go. Sneaking some, listen to some conversations in there. Good thing it's facing the other way. One of their informants talking with them. Talk to the torturer. It's not doing subtitles. Silence do not presume Gisser you're useful to not present. We have other people who are less objectionable.
But no one else has brought you such valuable
There we go.
information, have they? Etienne, he's talked, hasn't he? He knows
Talking about somebody named Eddie and just apparently talked.
he told me himself. You'll get
They're looking for some sort of old man.
when we confirm his story.
There's the informant. Don't need to block one of these wine bottles.
Everyone talks.
Everyone talks in the end.
Now, I have work to do.
Dismisses him.
If ever you want to see the rest of your
Why isn't he doing the subtitles?
Can I could help you.
He's saying he could help. He could go in there and talk to the man being tortured.
Is that implicit? Shall we loose his bonds and put you in a cell?
The High Elf mocks him and says we could loose his bonds and put you in the cell with him, then he can ask him anything you want. And he says, no, never mind. Probably best. Alright, kill your informant, please. Well now, this seems like a good opportunity for a couple of fun things. Number one, I haven't used this spell before. Everybody, join the party. You get back in there. With the Atronach. You know what? Have another Atronach. Party!
Are you gonna close the door on him?
That's a good idea.
3 men and 2 Atronachs enter. Well, 2 elves, maybe 1 man. He's a man, right?
If you can call a Thalmor informant that.
Fair enough.
Seems like Rolindo's doing too well. Fix that. The other one's dead? Nice. Well, that was fun.
It's a high pay there.
Yes. Quite so. Well, I can't let anybody else know that the Thalmor stooges are well paid, so... Just have to disintegrate all the evidence.
No one will suspect
a milk
them.
drinker! I knew it! Ooh, that's a good item. Thank you. Now rise from the grave.
No, he's too powerful.
Oh, is he? Do I have a better spell than that? Reanimate Revenant. There we go. That'll do it. Right. And you too. I don't like any of you elves walking around. Oh, it didn't disintegrate that guy.
Maybe because he didn't finish standing?
You make a good point. That might be it. I have no experience with something undead, so... Wait, there we go. Okay. Okay. Let me unlock this. Glad I brought my lockpick. Some good treasure in there. Did I try the actual start? Yes, okay. One time I went through a master lock, thought I tried everything, realized I never actually tried the beginning. And just opened without even like the slightest 1 pixel turn.
Was it even locked?
Yes. Let's see. Anything in there? Loot that and that. They won't disintegrate you? Okay, fine. This will. Good potions. That's about all I needed in here. Where is his chest with the evidence? This isn't his office. Or I guess it is, but it doesn't have his stuff, and he has his stuff in his other office. Some interesting dossiers, exactly what I'm looking for, the information about dragons. But I'll have to read through that on my own time. Now is not a great opportunity. There's important things to do. I continue making a mess of this place. Well, I could command my Admech to help out with that. I'm sure I could burn the place to the ground.
All I see is stone there.
We'd work something out. Maybe it's sheetrock.
Maybe. Ooh, if there are bedrooms in here.
Then Elenwen's bedroom is probably somewhere in here.
That would be fun.
Yes. No clothes for any of you. I don't know to do your laundry this week.
I mean, technically they still could.
You have to walk around naked in the snow to do your laundry this week. I like that even better.
This room looks big and promising.
Yes. Oh, there's some of your money. I'll take all that.
Not even locked? My goodness.
Takes kind of some of the fun of it. It would have been nice to defeat her best lock. Can I just steal her safe? No? Okay.
Try telekinesis.
Throw it out the window.
Maybe it'll land on one of their heads.
Ah, Elenwen's food. That will taste delicious. I'll pour out some wine over on her bed here. Or pour out a potion of regeneration on her bed there. Maybe if you'd read the invitations that were written in your name, this wouldn't have happened to you. So, clearly you won't miss these books. Anything else for me? That sounds really boring. Good luck with that.
Harvesting momentum. I thought it came pre-packaged. You could pick her plant.
I could. And, like, torch the roots.
Pity you don't have any salt with you. You could mix it in the pot.
Yeah, that would be great. You know, salt the earth. Well, that'll have to be good enough. If I had more time, I would do a more thorough job. So, into the dungeons to find that poor informant and rescue him.
You want to rescue the informant?
Yes, certainly. See what he knows. And nobody deserves to be tortured by the Thalmor, except other Thalmor, maybe. and their various toadies that the Khajiit, perhaps. Not even all Khajiit, just some of them. Well, there's an elf over there. I cannot have him informing on me. So, while I'm muffled and he's walking away, I'll have to come up behind him, summon this edge on the far side of him. Or he could turn in my direction, but nope. Okay, you're pinned now. Get back over there. Atronach, I'm depending on you to come this way. Oh, good. By all means, tell the other guards that it's nothing. Nobody is killing me! Well, with that done with, that was surprisingly poor pickings for that chest. Some iron armor lying there? That you also even carry it. Yeah, that's right. You have a miserable, unnatural existence. Esbern. I think they mentioned that name. Better heal this person. Not that he's actually damaged, but for role-playing purposes, better heal this person.
I told you. I don't know anything else about it.
Do I look like an elf to you?
Who? What? Yeah. Come on, this way. I've seen the guards use it to get rid of bodies. It must lead somewhere. They grabbed me in Riften. They seem to think I know something. They just kept asking me the same damn question. I damn well hope so. If it helps you twist them up, I'm glad to help.
That's the spirit.
They're after some old guy named Esbern. Something to do with dragons. I gathered it from listening to them talk when they thought I was out.
I think I've released him by now, but he just stays tied up until the conversation ends.
Not much to go on. I don't even know where he lives or his name, but they seem pretty excited about it. That's it?
Maybe
now,
it's in that
let's
book.
get out of here. Whatever you want. But let's go, now.
I think I heard people enter. Yes, I did. Well, now. Perhaps you didn't notice me yet.
Listen up, spy.
Yep.
You're trapped in here, and we have your accomplice. Surrender immediately, or you both die.
What?
I'm dead already.
Okay, you know what?
Never could have come.
No, they're going for him immediately. Okay, fine.
I mean, you didn't surrender.
Yeah, there's no option to, Malborn, are you gonna...
On fire, going in with bare fists.
Alright, let me fury these guys while they're down. Get off him. There he goes. We should start fighting each other now. Oh good, he ran and got a mace to come back and help finish the job.
Oh boy.
Malborn's pretty hardcore. He talks like a coward, but... It's all yours, Malborn. Smash his head in. Nice one. Ooh, nice. Keys to get out of here.
No armor. Or, yes, never mind.
Yeah, there we go. Well, that went pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
Now the Thalmor will be hunting me for the rest of my life. I hope it was worth it.
It was worth it just to kill all of them.
I wonder if you should heal him now again, just in case he starts doing something else crazy.
You never know. Alright, it's probably good. That one? No?
I saw guards dragging bodies over here. Might be a
That
way
doesn't make
out.
any sense. Okay, let's go.
I mean, they might pile up if there's no
Let's
exit. There must be something disposing of them.
Yes. It's a troll. It is in fact an ice troll, so I cannot possibly kill it even with their help and an Atronach.
But they're gonna
He
jump
just ran
off
down
the
there
cliff.
shouted, "Victory is yours, I submit."
Alright.
Malborn, though, is going to charge him with his mace.
Oh, good.
Okay. There's only one way I can save these idiots. Malborn, I admire your spirit, but, like... I don't have enough magicka?
Oh, you're not full yet.
I cannot use Kind's Peace on him. It's too strong for that. Do I have any kind of gear I'm not wearing that would boost my magic? Like Necromancer's Amulet, is that on? That is on. Alright, I better have enough for this. No.
Almost full. Oh dear.
Still not, but I definitely did that once before somehow.
I'm pretty sure you did. Is your Ellsworth Fondue still on?
Good question. Now, okay. Well, I better not get killed here. So I will. Phew. That was close. Alright, you idiot. Get up. Walk out of there.
Is he coming?
Maybe he will when I leave. One of Baron's Eyes gems though, but I'm not collecting those. I've already read this book, it doesn't boost me. Just hearing the troll makes me nervous. Let's get out of here. So rescuing him, let's do a little side quest later on. That's why I wanted to do that. Plus, of course, he was helpful. So.
And he's just going off with his mace.
Thanks.
Who's he after now?
I gotcha.
Now, I should have known this would end bad. Let's get out of here for pity's sake.
Yeah, you run. I got places to go. So, that was a pretty great day for Hjalti. He killed a lot of elves, desecrated the bodies. He's feeling pretty good about that. So, hope your day is as great as his was.
Alright, have a good one.